Now that I had Honorable Semiju praising General David, let me also take the honor to praise you, but that's not the matter. Mr. Speaker, sir, somebody made this comment. Initially, it was a private talk, and I said, Right Honorable Speaker Tayebwa Thomas is coming out in the history of our country as one of the best deputy speakers in Uganda. I want to make that submission, Mr. Speaker, but that's not the point.
What are you up to? Why
So, Mr. Speaker, now this is the point. Mr. Speaker, sir, I'm grateful to the leadership of this great institution. The Right Honorable Speaker made and received a petition and calmed down the teachers, the local government, and the doctors. You and the Right Honorable Speaker, we want to commend you. Mr. Speaker, sir, this Monday, we lost a priest in my parish, and I didn't know. I was mobbed by over 200 teachers, Mr. Speaker, wanting to know the progress. And I was crystal clear and honest, like I should, and I told them, we don't have money for you in the budget. But Parliament is one institution that is mandated by law to appropriate. Mr. Speaker, so we're passing a lot of loans. We have the leg room enough to bring on the floor a supplementary. Mr. Speaker, sir, our fellow citizens in the local government, the doctors, and the teachers want a fair pay that can meet all of their bills. Mr. Speaker, so my procedural issue is it not within our mandate, Mr. Speaker, to appreciate that those teachers have been crying long enough, and there is a possibility of interrupting even exams if we don't make good on our promise, Mr. Speaker. Now that the Minister for Finance is here and the Minister for Education, Mr. Speaker, sir, the teachers, the local government, and the doctors are waiting to make good on the promise that we made. Mr. Speaker, sir, I really appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable. Indeed, you are right. The House is handling, and the chairman is about to finish. Next week, we shall have that item on the order paper. But again, colleagues, I want to caution you. When we are promising the public on what we are able to do and not able to do on issues of commitment on finances, we should be cautious, because Article 93A, Roman 3, I think Roman 3, is very, very clear on financial restrictions. We cannot, as Parliament, pass a motion or a bill or anything that has a charge on the consolidated fund without it coming from government or approval of government. So we are trying to be a bridge in between. If we could narrow it down to the issue of how much money is needed, and then the executive comes up and says, okay, this is what we are negotiating with the teachers. For us as Parliament, we are willing. We are willing to adopt the position that would give these teachers money. That one has to be very, very clear. We are willing. But this is an issue that would be sorted out through the negotiations between public service and the unions. And I hope they can be expedited. Once they've concluded, then we shall come in as House. But in the meantime, the chair is about to conclude. He updated me, and we shall give it space on the order paper early next week. Next item.
Item 3 on the order paper, statement by Minister on the successful students' loan beneficiaries for the academic year 2025-2026.
Honourable Minister for Education.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker, and dear
I
colleagues.
can see it's a long statement. I don't know if you could pick out
Summarize.
the salient issues.
Okay, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker and dear colleagues, following the amendment of Higher Education Student Financing Act of 2024 and rationalization of government agencies and public expenditures, the Higher Education Student Financing Board was abolished and mainstreamed its activities into the Ministry of Education and Sports Department from the 1st of January to January 2025, and now functions as a department within the ministry. This reform was intended to enhance efficiency in service delivery, reduce administrative issues, administrative duplication, and strengthen alignment of student financing with the broader educational skills development agenda of government. I'll try to summarize. And the amended law mandates the Ministry of Education and Sports, therefore, to administer the students' loan scheme to eligible students who wish to pursue higher education in Uganda. Call for application for an academic year 2025-26. Right Honourable Speaker, the Ministry placed the call for a loan application on the 15th of June 2025 in the print media up to 31st July 2025. This while there were extensions up to 15th August 2025. The Ministry had to extend the deadline for Unity because they had received the admissions late, and advert messages were widely shared through the print media, social media, others, and that included YouTube, formerly called Twitter, and WhatsApp. I'm trying to summarize, gentle people. Loan application modes. We used online as the only mode for loan applications. Of course, there are a lot of advantages there, which you know very well. I will not take you through the advantages because you know. The number of applications were received. The Ministry received a total of 7,175 applications compared to 6,661 in 2024-2025. And this signifies a growth of 10% in the number of applications received. The total number of undergraduate degree applicants were 5,920 and 1,205 for diploma courses. I want to give you these figures as a way of answering the question that we raised last time. The successful loan applicants, the number of successful loan applicants were 2,047, representing a success rate of 28.8% of the application received. Of these, 1,186 were male and 861 are females. The improved female participation was a result of affirmative action for female gender by giving an extra 7 points to female applicants. We gave them an affirmative to push their numbers, as you've noted. Right Honourable Speaker, the total number of female successful applicants, as mentioned earlier, was 861, up from 517 who were supported last financial year. The highest number of beneficiaries are in the disciplines of education, who are 513, followed by engineering, 444. This is a clear testament that the scheme is well aligned to the National Development Plan for priorities, and that has put focus on industrialization, tourism, science, technology, engineering, and so forth. Right Honourable Speaker, The ministry awarded loans to persons with disability on affirmative action also to pursue their studies in science and humanity programs. There's affirmative action there, I skip the rest. Eligibility into the scheme. Right, Honourable Speaker. In line with the amended law that established the scheme, the following considerations were taken into account while awarding loans. 1. An applicant has got to be a Ugandan. 2. The applicant had to be admitted for an accredited course or program of study. Not every university program is accredited, or the other. 3. The applicant had to be admitted in a chartered institution of higher learning. A chartered institution, accredited institution. 4. The applicant had to apply for the loan. You see, allocation number 5, allocation based on district quota. Allocation was based on district quota, gender, socioeconomic status, and equity in accordance with the Higher Education Student Financing Act of 2014 as amended in 2024. Right Honourable Speaker, this time around the Ministry of Education and Sports adopted 3 loan award selection model in line with Parliamentary recommendation and aspirations of taking into consideration the district quota. In selecting the successful loan applicants, the Ministry considered the district quota alongside the socio-economic status of the applicant. 60% of the students were considered according to the district quota. So 60% takes people to district quota, while 40% were awarded based on their levels of socio-economic vulnerability using the Petition test formula which we had agreed upon in the past. Of the 60 district quota, 30% of the successful beneficiaries were shared equally by all districts, whereby each district got a uniform district quota of 4 to 5 slots, regardless of the socio-economic status of the applicants, and in so doing, all the districts in Uganda that had less than 5 applicants were successful. The other 30% were proportionately shared by the district according to the number of applications received from a particular district. The remaining 40% were allocated based on the level of socioeconomic vulnerability of the applicant using the Petition test formula that looks at a number of variables that are common with the less disadvantaged families. Right Honourable Speaker, we are pleased to report that every part of the country had proportionate share of the representation with the emphasis on district quota. The districts known for low participation rates, like Amudat, one applied, only one in Amudat applied, and she was selected 100%. Buvuma only 4 applied and they were all selected. Kalangala only 3 applied and they were all selected. Madi Okoro 7 applied and they were all selected. Obongi 5 applied and they all selected. You can't give you what you have not asked for. Moroto 3 applied and they were all taken. Bulisa 4 applied, Intoloko 5 applied, and they were all taken. Jinja City, it's 8 who applied. Kabongo 5 applied and they were all taken. Kabera Maido 7 applied and they were all taken. Nabitara Tux 6 applied and all had beneficiaries that applied qualifying this time. The challenge was that the mentioned districts had small numbers of applicants. However, whoever applied was given a student's loans. Participating higher learning institutions, but of course, as I said, Not everybody who goes to school goes to, or institution goes to an accredited one. We are very strict that it's only those who are in chartered private universities and the other tertiary institutions offering undergraduate degree program or programs, courses respectively. Loan coverage